know we only have 2 bigs on each side. Do you look to just pressure this Timbersaw super early when you only have level 1 armor, or can you even?
I mean, if you can, it'd be great to get kills that way, but then your offlaner suffers for the first 2 minutes, and that could kick him out of the game as well. So a lot of the times, I think it's just better to make sure you have a core matchup against him that isn't going to get completely destroyed, that can at least, like, you know, get 40% of, or, like, get like 70, 60% of the normal farm. So you don't get completely blown out of lane. Then you can potentially rotate, go jungle, that kind of thing. The best thing you can do against super lane dominators like Timbersaw is just like do okay and then just leave. Don't give him kills. Let him hit creeps.
Yeah.
And then you just kind of like go do something else for 10 minutes and then start crushing him.
Yeah.
Do like a 4-man gank to shut him down. Then you retake your lane and then he's like more neutral.
You want to stall him out as long as possible, meaning like, yeah, you don't address him directly, but maybe stop him from taking your tier 1s as fast as he wants to. You know, make it take him 4 minutes instead of 2.
And sometimes all it takes is like rotating one hero, and when the creeps are on your tower, you nuke the wave and you pull it away. And all of a sudden he's like, well, I could have killed this tower like 2 minutes earlier, but now I can't. So it doesn't always take that much as long as you don't let him kill you.
It's Fnatic's pick right now, right?
Yeah. They're taking a little bit of time. They're using a lot of their time right now, down to 35 seconds.
This is a hard pick. This says a lot about their draft because it kind of has to address the Timbersaw, but you also don't want to pick these like Slarks right now.
Yeah.
So you want something to deal with it early, like Purge is talking about, but then you also want a hero that now because they need to scale well. A Lion's nice, just a raw disable.
Some just burst if you can. You know, you're a little right at the edge.
This sets up for that 4-man gank that Purge was talking about. It does solidify the Prophet as a core, most certainly. I don't think you make Tiny a core against the Timber. I'm pretty sure the Prophet will rush a Spirit Vessel. So they have this Lion. Now they need some... I think their next pick will be an active mid laner that can offer this rotation, something like an Ember or...
Yeah. Because if he's really mobile, then he basically only has to rotate, and then Prophet can teleport from wherever.
Yeah, exactly.
And all of a sudden, every gank that you do is like minimum 3-man gank.
Because I don't really want to reveal my carry yet. I don't think for Fnatic, even though you see the Timbersaw, unless they pick a 4 position that allows you to pick your carry right now. I really do think the mid laner is probably their next pick for Fnatic.
I feel like one weakness in Fnatic's lineup though is that their supports are pretty clearly revealed. So, and Lion is not the strongest laner. It's always been one of his weaknesses.
Yeah.
That individually, he's not very tanky. So against the right heroes, he can have a tough time. So maybe EG could exploit that.
We'll see. Probably looking for a crit hero here. And what do we got? We had Nyx Assassin banned out. His Earth Spirit got banned out.
The good old Grimstroke Lich.
Sounds pretty good.
Doesn't feel like Crit
I don't.
hero.
Yeah, I don't think EG. I don't think Crit plays Grim. Well, he does, but I don't think he would.
Okay.
I mean, but you could. Do you really like it against like a Nature's Prophet and stuff like that? I mean, you summon Treants, and it is that simple. It feels like sometimes.
Oh, the Pango.
Okay.
That's almost certainly a 4-position Pango.
Yeah.
I was just thinking something that synergizes with Grim, so you either pick
Okay.
something that utilizes his ult or utilizes his Inkswell, and from the 4
There you
position, Pango does that very well.
This is really good against Lion, though. I hate playing Lion against heroes like Pango. Like, anybody that can go Magic Immune early, I just know that if I'm a little bit underfarmed and they do damage to me, I'm like, oh, I'm dead.
There it is,
I'm not going to cast everything.
that aggressive mid laner, rotator, kills the Timbersaw. I like that pick a lot. SF, from what I've seen, doesn't really lose his lane. The only time I've seen SF struggle is when they're against Tinies or Earthshakers, where they like roam behind them and kill them. Pangoliers are just not going to do that to you, at least super early on in the game.
I've got one. Don't they lack like any mobility? Like, I mean, like, and you when you're in a fight as Fnatic, aren't you just in the fight? Sure, Nature's Prophet can TP and stuff. But like, you have a Lion, Tiny Shadow Fiend. You don't really have any way to get out or save.
They have stuns at least. I guess is the one thing.
SF will
but
buy his
I don't
BKB and
disagree.
stuff. Yeah, I don't know.
How do you feel about SF late game though? Because I feel like this has been his long-term issue.
Honestly, the game's weak because we've seen a couple Shadow Fiend games all played by Thunder Predator, and Leo style looked like a god on the hero, and they usually ended the game around 30 to 35 minutes, and he just owned.
I kind of like I'm leaning towards the Yules build that makes you somewhat like an Ember, and you're not meant to carry. You're not meant to carry the game. You're just meant to be that mid-game damage. The difference is instead of being quite as mobile, SF does offer physical right clicks for like towers and Roche because of the presence of the Dark Lord. they picked this Queen of Pain into like these Kunkas and SFs. I personally think that Queen of Pain doesn't do that well against SF if she's not getting ganked for her. So it's going to come down to how effective Crit is and maybe getting that level 2, level 3 rotation with Pangolier on the mid lane.
We've seen from OGC did it quite. Z-Freak in both games he played Pango just got a successful like level 2, 3 gank middle. So
it's scary when he has like an Orb of Venom, that Swash. Plus if you get the disarm proc because it's
You're
slow.
You're
yeah, it's rough.
Bringing up what Grant said before about lack of mobility on Fnatic, the Quap could potentially, with combos with Timber and Pango and even Grimstroke, like their mobility advantage is ridiculous. Especially if like Grimstroke ults like Shadow Fiend or another important hero, and he's linked to somebody else, like, and then Pango Rolling Boulder comes in, it's like you're screwed. It's like good luck fighting, guys.
Troll Warlord almost certainly for EG, I think here.
Almost certainly.
Yeah.
Why?
It made it more certain to me that because they banned the Razor, but it's either Sven or Troll. I think Troll's just a bit more mid-game heavy, which is good for them, but it's just, I'm thinking of carries that lane matchup well against Prophet, and are hard for Tiny to kind of mess with. And you usually want a hero eventually that does so much right-click damage that SF with BKB kind of just dies anyway.
Yeah, he can't just
you want it to be, you want it to be maybe 25, 30 minutes later, your hero will deal enough damage that SF can not just BKB and Requiem.
Let's see.
So they go Sven, yeah. It was either Sven or Troll. The Razor ban made that even more obvious, but obviously they banned straight into pick, so it's not like Fnatic could have done anything about it.
So what are we looking for? You need a pick here. You are one game away from going to the losers bracket,
Ricky
just like
or
that.
Slark, I think, is what they're going to go for.
Okay.
There's a lot of damage on the ground is my problem with Slark.
They're smiling on Fnatic. They got something in mind. Headsets are on. Makes it almost feel like it might be the Ricky then. I don't think you smile if you pick the other one.
What?
Fuck! Oh, okay. Let's
Carry SF? Yeah, it's Carry SF.
Yeah,
Right? Yeah.
It sure is, my friend.
That's an interesting take.
Oh.
I did not expect that.
Side lane SF has been one of the it's bad, yeah. I mean, and when people try it out, because there's like a really bad matchup middle or something, and you're nervous about it. You go to the off lane. You need levels on this hero, right? That's like the biggest thing.
He'll be fine against the Timbersaw. It's no big deal, right?
Yeah.
He probably does really well against Timbersaw.
Really? What, just raising for creeps?
Yeah, I think by the time Timber's supposed to be unkillable with reactive, your primary source of damage is raises. So maybe with Lion, Tiny, and SF, they can actually kill him. You know, let SF get level 3 to 5.
BSJ, wait a minute. Oh, my goodness. There's some sort of alarm going off. We might have to get out of here. We're going to take a short 1-minute break. When we get back, if we do get back, Game 2, Fnatic versus Evil Geniuses. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You see that, right? A 23 Savage safe lane Shadow Fiend. It has been quite some time since I've seen that.
Against Pangolier Timbersaw, I think he's going to have a really good time, and instead they're going to put the Timbersaw top, so it's a matter of whether or not Fnatic adjusts to this. I don't think you can put the SF against this tri-lane. I think he will get royally wrecked if he is bottom lane against the tri-lane. I can't imagine that's what they wanted out of this SF pick, so they definitely need to look to adjust, because not only that, but Prophet does not match up well 1v1 versus Timbersaw. We got the good old Puck versus Quap matchup, though, mid.
That's true.
An OG matchup.
It's not balanced anymore, is what I've been told. Since Buck has been getting so many buffs, you can dodge dagger in a variety of ways.
Two different ways. No, 3 actually. Yeah, 3 different ways to dodge it.
Can you dodge it with the
W? I think you can, right?
No, I don't think it's
I could just be completely wrong. So yeah,
I feel like
that's usually what I try to assume when I'm talking to you, Grant.
Yeah, what I say, if you're unsure, just do the opposite. 75%. Some farm. Well, who's going to get the rune here? It's going to be the Tiny who picks it up, and there's going to be the toss back onto him. There's going to be one raise. Are we going to get a second? There's the save. There's the third. All the regen is gone. Pango comes in, though, helping out a little.
That was a lot of damage. That was genuinely a lot of damage from the triple raise.
Yeah,
there was also a lot of mana, though, costed by 23 Savage there.
Yeah.
They got a clarity from one of the supports.
Double mangoes as well.
Mangoes suck.
Do they?
It's like it's 110 mana.
Yeah.
It used to be 125. You know, it's not like a clarity at level 1 or like as a support in lane, dude. If I get a clarity and I go pull, I'm like, oh, I've got full mana again. That's what it feels like, you know.
Yeah. And well, we'll see. This is going to be a scary lane. Never mind. DJ's going to get the toss back again. We get the stun. There's going to be one raise. There's going to be two raises. He's going to run into it. He doesn't get third raise. They get the first blood. He's just going to run to the tower and die. Doesn't let him get the third raise.
What a cool
nice play. That was a sick play.
Threatens the third raise, and Arteezy just has to suicide to tower.
Just
It's like, well, there's only one way out of this.
And they do get the first blood on EG somehow.
Oh, we got the deny on Lion there, even though Fly threw out the nuke.
Did he? Oh, okay. I thought Fly got it.
Ooh, and a tri-lane versus tri. This is just scary, right? Yeah, this is going to happen every time. It feels like you're just going to get stunned. Toss back under the tower. He misses the first raise, actually. Here comes the second one. Won't miss it. Gets the nuke off, but gets chunked down. Abed, meanwhile, killed Moon middle.
Guys, who knew that Shadow Fiend tri-lane was good? This is insane.
Yeah.
They just toss him back,
yeah.
and he's like, oh, I just have an easy triple raise now.
How do you die at level 2 as a puck to a quap, though?
You know, just
Solo.
don't ask questions sometimes, Grant.
I'm going to go back and watch
You don't want to
that.
know the answer, Grant.
I don't think I do. Oh, man. Wepis, what's the hardest here to spectate straight up that's not techies?
Not sure, actually. I don't know if I'm still muted here.
No, you're good.
You
You're
can
good.
hear me now.
You're
okay,
on,
yeah,
baby.
I just can't hear myself. No, hardest here to spectate? Oof. I mean, tech is really hard because it's hard to see the mines on the minimap. That's the problem.
Yeah.
But these weird matchups are sometimes like you don't expect matchups to go a certain way, like the queen getting killed by puck here. It's like it
Level 2?
kind of shouldn't happen, so that can make it really hard sometimes. But I mean, tech is definitely.
It's just kills happen. You're
you
not going to hit
you
them.
can't really see the mines on the map, right? It
Yeah.
just looks like a ward on the map, or even smaller than that. So.
Oh, and there's going to be the double nuke coming out. Stun happens as well. Not the most damage from crit on this swashbuckler. Now he's in trouble. He's probably just dead. This is the future, my friends.
DJ loading.
Yeah.
Triple race.
What they nerfed the toss range level 1, but apparently that just doesn't matter.
Yeah. And well,
You're not wrong. It looks like Shadow Fiend is part of the show here, but every time that he gets to do these things, because someone gets tossed back.
Yeah. And we saw the line stun first into a toss, or just the toss first. These two supports are doing a great job. Double damage for the puck now. That's one way to catch up. Top lane, that means it is the 1v1. And Ice. Body blocking him. Uh-oh. The Quap's in trouble now, and there's DJ. This will be a turnaround kill. Nice job. He's going to have to get denied, I think. Or, no, maybe not.
He's got a
He
salve.
can phase shift the poison too. Okay, he's just not going to do that.
Yeah, he just let himself take the
Whatever. Uh-oh. 23 Savage was about to go down. Instead, it might be Arteezy. Gets double raised. One more right click from the line isn't enough. Fly, who we thought about sending the nuke out. And man, this is a bloodbath of a game already. More than 1,000 gold lead from Fnatic. From behind DJ, trying to zone him out. Arteezy hiding in the jungle. I wonder if like EG's just confused about what's happening down here too. Like, we did not expect this one bit.
My issue, from a spectator's perspective, is this is the kind of game that's getting decided by something we'll never watch, and that's the top lane. Like, there's just no reason to watch that lane.
But it's that
Because
important.
nothing's happening, but Timbersaw is absolutely free farming, and Prophet is not.
Yeah.
And Timbersaw is only going to free farm more and more. And you're dealing with this tri-lane where it doesn't really... When you have a tri-lane, unless one team is just crushing the other, usually what matters is what's happening in the solo matchups. And right now, I just imagine this is going to be a scary mid-game dealing with this Timbersaw absolutely free farming. And even though Quap got that solo kill earlier, Puck is winning the CS, and they got that recovery kill, so that is a positive for Fnatic. But Puck does not kill Timbersaw this early, so it's... I don't know if it's going to be enough. Like, I think Shadow Fiend might just be getting ran at all mid-game while the Sven's going to farm.
Yeah, but until then, while we're in the early game, it looks like the Sven's going to be the one getting run at.
You might as well slow him down as much as you can.
Yep.
SF's scary when he has level 3. It's a lot of damage compared to
is.
most other quote-unquote carry heroes.
Especially with stuns, because you're going to hit him. You
Yeah.
should be hitting them pretty easily here. Oh, they're going to square up on each other middle. Shadow struck up. Do we have a phase shift? Has one more. No,
Dude,
he's just dead.
He had fade shift.
He's dead.
It was.
No, he had it. Like,
He did, yes, but
I guess he was trying to dodge both or something.
The attack and the
dodge
Shadow
neither.
Strike,
yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
And now, guess what? Arteezy's like, all right, I thought this was a joke of a tri-lane. It's not. I'm the joke. I'm heading up top. And he will. He's just going to try to farm. Uh-oh, Abed, though. He has run into a little bit of trouble. What is this game?
That
is
was a
something else.
sick play by Fnatic. Like, Jabs waited till the very last moment for him to walk up the hill. They even got like a right click into each before Abed realized he was there.
It's really cool to see like that extra skill that he waits so long. It's like that he gets all the way to high ground. Normally I'd stun like right before he gets there, but he just waited, dude. He
It's
knew.
like, and they both right clicked him once. That's like the cool part because
Yeah.
you get that
The
extra right
value.
click in, which makes the difference of whether or not that Quap can blink out.
Yeah.
But I like how they rotated this SF to follow Arteezy here because he is not equipped to deal with this over-farmed Timbersaw.
Yeah.
And DJ, that is not your side of the map, sir.
I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal, though.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got Tranquils already, I think.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And if you guys thought we disappeared, we didn't. We just went into the depths of Dota. And now they're going to stun in. Here comes the Inkswell. But guess what? Just toss him away. No stun. Welcome to Tiny.
Like, Tiny was just here being messed with.
Yeah.
And now he's doing the same thing again. It's just perfect. I mean, Arteezy is level 3 here. Maybe he's got 2 points in cleave, so whatever. He's going to hit some neutrals. But if they keep taking his levels away, it's going to slow everything down.
And they're just, the Shadow Fiend just follows them up top here. They're pushing under a tier 2 tower right now.
It's level 5.
Yeah, this Timbersaw is BSJ. They made a great game, but they are completely shutting down
They're
Arteezy.
doing exactly what Perch said they should do, is just completely ignore this Timbersaw. It's probably their best approach. And Ice is doing his best to just draw attention away from these creeps, stall out this Timbersaw's push.
Uh-oh.
But he's going to pay the price for sure here.
He will.
Good
Abed.
rotation by Abed. Like, in this type of scenario, even though Timbersaw is known to be wanting to play alone right now, if somebody's single-handedly stopping you from pushing the tower and they're vulnerable to dying, it's really important that the co-op rotates like this because otherwise he wasn't going to get this tower simply because of the nuisance of a Prophet who dies so easily. So nice tower taken by EG there. I mean, it is on co-op and Timber to do everything right now because Arteezy is still going to be farming next year according to the rate that we're going at right now.
But man, look at 23 Savage's net worth right now after the tri lane. 3,600. He's 600 above the free farm safe lane Timber. Having an amazing game.
Timber will go mid now to slow this down because, again, he's kind of invulnerable, so putting him here rather than the bot lane is better for their overall farm level.
And uh-oh, Arteezy, he's getting run at. There's the Tiny. Oh, the ulti from Ice to get a TP in as well, or 23 Savage just hit a long-range raise. He misses it, actually, and the Swashbuckle doesn't end up hitting, so Arteezy's still in trouble because there is man on DJ. Where does he throw the stun? Left, right, left? No, he's following him. He goes to the right. Arteezy goes to left. 23 Savage goes to the right. Arteezy's going for the TP. Does DJ have the stun? It doesn't look like he's gone, and now 23 Savage has to TP out. Ice did TP in, and, well, I think he might have just TP'd into his death here. He's trying to TP out. No, sir.
Oh, this is a huge kill mid if they can get it.
And it looks like they will because they have the coil break.
SF's so important as a draft pick for that, actually.
I really like them actually rotating in the SF for that kill on the Timbersaw. It's like you mentioned, by the time the Timbersaw feels really strong, races are still very strong against him. So having both the Tiny and the SF there, stopping the Timbersaw, it's kind of perfect for them.
And he picked up the Faded Brooch too, so he's got 25 extra move speed and tons of mana. It's so good for SF when he's ahead like this. You can kind of think of it similar to like Blink on TA in the last game.
The broken part about Faded Brooch is it's not 25 movement speed because you count in the boots percentage and the agility percentage. It ends up being like 30. 30, like 32 or something. I don't know, man. That item's busted.
Yeah. How would you just tweak the numbers a little?
They originally buffed it from 20 to 25. Yeah. I think you just put it back to 20.
Maybe lower the mana a bit, honestly.
Yeah, that would be fine too.
Oh, Fly is going to get nuked down here from Ice's ultimate, ward for ward there.
The raw amount of mana, what if it was like, mana regen instead of mana?
There's a lot of other items that give mana regen already.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe I'm overestimating a lot, but I'm thinking of like...
You have the Keen Optic, yeah.
Oh, stun toss combo plus the raise. Ramses, he gets quote. This is going to be another death on him. He does get DJ on the backside, but still the Timbersaw 2 deaths pretty quickly right there. Fly's going to try to defend the tower. It looks like he'll be able to for now, but good rotations from Fnatic.
Yeah, they're using the perfect amount of heroes to kill this Timbersaw, and they ignored him for just the right amount of time. And Arteezy is not recovering the way you want him to, so he actually has to participate in fights earlier than he probably wants to, and if he gets out here, that's a disaster.
Is that... Oh,
yikes.
Boy. That hurts, and
Just
he did.
TP.
Yeah, and he tried to pop the God Strength to get the kill. Now he doesn't have to farm the jungle, right? Because if you're behind, you kind of just want to throw God Strength to farm the jungle.
Yeah.
I think Abed messed up his blink as well. He tried to blink from the river area, and he blinked a little bit short, and then had to walk around the ramp. So I think he got there a little bit later. Maybe they would have had damage otherwise. Maybe commit Quap ult with a Scream and he dies.
This game, the map feels so much like bigger in this game because stuff's happening like everywhere, right? In the last game, it was kind of just like 5v5 fights here. Just mayhem.
I think Fnatic's playing the map perfectly, to be honest with you. Like the times, like the hero they have defending against Timbersaw always seems to be correct. They have Ice 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 continuously taking the dangerous farm. He's always like a 3 position for, or a 4 position for this team anyway.
Yep.
You notice how he's always in the dead lane. He's always the one dying. He's really embracing the name of the lane. And every time they try to punish him, they like go on this Timbersaw mid.
Tiny.
Is he going to toss him out of the coil?
Oh,
He does.
that's
Snap
sick.
into the blow up. Get a lock to him together, but they just run forward together as a unit.
That was so sick. The toss alley-oop into the
stun
SF
too.
ult.
Yeah,
Then
the
he
break
doesn't,
coil.
He doesn't run away too, so he just takes more damage.
This
was
is some
sick.
combos.
Dude, Fnatic's playing this game so well. Like, Ice 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 dying bottom, that's all just a bait.
Yep.
All a bait. Like, EG has to kill him, but then when they bring 3 heroes, they just go in this Timbersaw.
So now that you see how the game's going, what build do you want? Has this changed your Shadow Fiend build?
He should build like a carry, so not like the Boots of Travel Yules. I like this Manta Hurricane Pike. It's a pretty standard agility ranged carry build. Like, the Drow usually builds those type of items, too. I definitely like this way better because you have nobody else on your team that's going to right-click anybody. So it is his job to be the sole physical damage output for his team.
He'll have a very good advantage over the Sven as well. Because Sven kind of needs to get both BKB and Ags once the Hurricane Pike is up to be able to get on top of him. And it's going to take way too long. By that time, SF can just constantly Hurricane Pike away.
Yeah.
He can Hurricane through coil as well.
Yeah.
That's rough. It looks like he does have that mask flying out, but I'll bet they're going to rotate on DJ. They just know they need to get some kills. It is a 4-man rotation. They bring him down, but DJ, I'm sure he's completely okay with
We
that.
should have all chatted. That's one of those value moments, dude.
Yeah.
4 heroes to kill your
Question mark.
support.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing? Question mark.
Yeah, Fnatic just always seems to play the map in a way that when they're ahead like this, that the kills they're giving are just meaningless. Like, it just doesn't change anything that Tiny died right there.
Does
right?
well, what kill does matter? Is it pretty much
It's
just
ones
the
that are like
SF
right in front
or
of
a tower?
objectives.
Okay.
Yeah, it's ones where like your team had to rotate to try to help you, so you lose map control that way. Like, nobody went and helped Ice 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 bottom. Meanwhile, they were killing Timbersaw mid. This case, you know, they're just farming everywhere else on the map while this Tiny's getting 4-man gank top.
Blocking camps. We haven't seen this in a long time.
Yeah.
Like, this used to be a super standard thing to play, like, profit off lane and block all the small camps with your treants, but you know, it takes some micro. This is something Ice 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 has always been good at, and he's just denying them.
Dude, Ice 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 is so annoying, man.
Say that to his face. You won't.
I won't say that to him because I won't be there.
Coward. Did I hear? Yeah. Okay.
You're just playing with the sounds. That's all.
What do you think the most annoying spell to be able to stop cancel is?
Treant ulti or Warlock ulti?
What about you? Like the Zeus one?
Zeus ulti can be annoying too.
I mean, Shadow Fiend is pretty annoying.
I think
as well.
Shadow Fiends is definitely
RP?
Because you get like
Because
the
it
whole
keeps
lineup.
going.
That's the
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, it does.
The SF one has got to be like top 2 or 3.
I think Tree and an SF.
Yeah,
Yeah,
both
and
those
SF,
the sounds go long.
They kind of like the whole sound
Yeah.
plays out.
Full
Oh.
pipe for Timbersaw.
And they're looking for this like coil. You see Crit, he's waiting. He's like, not
Look
just
at
that. They
this
pull the
drag the
creeps.
creeps.
Yeah, that's so smart. That was really good. Fnatic, as you said, just playing this map very well.
When I originally made a video on like how to deal with Timbersaw, I actually watched Mineski at the time, who had Moon as well as Ice Ice Ice, and they're so good at dealing with this hero. I think it's because of the fact that Ice 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 is really good at Timber, that they just know exactly what is annoying to play against this Timber. Like, they're not even, look at them, just, like, there's just a Timber right there, but they're killing the creep wave instead of the Timber.
They are losing their tier 2 bottom to a solo Sven. Not really dealing with him, though.
SF's also pressuring top too, so it's kind of like a trade.
And he's never gonna like fully commit to the tower as well. Like, it's so scary to push that tower when the enemy team could show up. So
Yeah.
Ooh, they're going to have to come. They don't get
No
a slow proc,
proc,
but
yeah.
Crit, will he be able to hit this? Oh, he does. Abed, oh, he goes for the chicken instead. He gets it. It's a clarity. There's going to be a stun. Do you give to Arteezy? Well, he gets it anyways.
That's a really fast rotation. They TP'd the Pango to the outpost first, such that because that's a 6-second cooldown TP, or 6-second duration, that they all get there about the same time. That was really cool.
And there goes Flies, Mana Boots,
Wow.
and Smoke. And look at that, dead even on the loot bet odds there, 1.87. Would you guys agree, or do you think Fnatic's a little bit ahead still,
I
or a
think
lot
they're
bit
still-
ahead?
I think they're still favored, but
Okay.
the SF carry will fall off if he dies a couple more times.
That hero hits like a truck. Once you get to those talents, like the 20 talents and stuff, you hit like an absolute monster.
He's probably just going to go mana build. He'll probably just go Satanic Butterfly. That's all he's going to really do is just hit people.
Considering the start they had, though, they haven't actually taken that many objectives. They've only gotten 2 tier 1 towers so far. and they do have a profit. So, I mean, sure, they've kept the Timber and the Sven down a bit, but is that going to be enough in the long run now without too many objectives taken?
10 seconds ago I said, yeah, it's fine. Their tower still has 70% HP.
Goodbye, Siege
And now
Unit,
they're
God
even on
Strength.
towers, right?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, no Sven ulti, fight him, I guess. I don't know.
Possible engage, but they just run back as quick as they can.
Yeah.
Some good
SNY
stacks here.
for RTZ.
I feel like we haven't seen much out of the Lion this game. Like he's been in a couple fights, but he's got 8 assists. He's clearly doing
Well,
stuff,
and
but-
he's been here. He's double stacked these two camps with stun plus a right click for I think 4 minutes in a row now.
so it definitely feels like Tiny is the one that has been around more.
Doing everything. Yeah.
He has the blink, I assume, based on the fact that he has 0 gold.
Must be.
Yes. Oh, and a poor man shield. Oh, I hear Coil. Looks like it is going to be on the mid lane. It's Ramses again. He does have the pipe, so he absorbs a little bit of damage. They link him together, but once again, they throw him into it. There's the figure. Oh, my goodness. He ate all of it. Almost survived. Crit's rolling through. No, he's rolling on back. Will he make it? Doesn't it? Jabs, and he gets hexed instead. He's going to go down in the river as well. Nice toss into the air. Moon isn't able to get the kill, but a quick twofer.
It's hard for EG to win that fight. There's no ulti on Sven, and they started it with like Timbersaw initiated on, and basically couldn't do anything. So they almost got they disrupted the fight a little bit, but it just wasn't even close enough. So they take a losing fight.
Is it? I mean, it felt weird that Ramses was still there, right? Like you used the Godstring, you got the tier 1. He kind of just stuck around to clear out another creep wave.
Maybe.
But I mean, you are Timber. You still had your team behind you. Maybe he thought he was tankier, and
That took so much to kill him.
It did.
I thought the
3
finger-
ultis.
I can't believe the finger didn't kill him.
it did like 200 damage.
like
Yeah,
it's
like,
no damage to the
I saw
Lion.
one of the I saw the Nether Shawl drop recently on somebody.
Yeah.
It was his team, so that's why why he was doing it.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Because look at Fnatic's lineup; it's heavily magic damage.
Nice done by the line. Cancels the chain. They would have been right on top of him. He's still chasing, though. They want to take this fight. You got to be a little bit careful, EG.
You saw him barely die to all the magic damage ults, so I doubt they're going to kill him now. Are they actually going to try? It seems a bit dangerous.
Coil, there's the stun toss combo. Hey, don't aim him, just aim Fly instead, and now he's all by himself. This is just 2 heroes here. The rest are rotating down, but you're going to be way too late for this. Goodbye, Ramses again.
Didn't expect him to die there. I don't think he expected to die either.
Well, there you go. They said Ramses wasn't affected by the tips. I guess we'll find out. Ice just tips Abed for no reason. Here you go. You're just a friend. Here you go.
Great job.
What if he misclicked?
He's like, oh, damn it, I'm sorry, team.
I could see why Albert or Ramses would be confident, though, considering how they dealt with him before when he was trying to push the tier 1 tower,
Yeah.
when he just had the pipe.
All those ults
So he would
out.
think he's just kind of unkillable.
But now, I think he's learned his lesson. Maybe.
Most likely.
Got the
Prophet
max.
almost got that Spirit Vessel too, which is what I talked about. He's just a utility hero in this game. And right now, if they Spirit Vessel the Timber or the Sven, that's pretty scary for those 2 heroes.
Is Timber going to aim for Lotus next time?
Probably has to, but he's going for Greaves instead.
Mm.
Greaves
I
are
mean, that
okay.
works as well, right?
Yeah, Greaves are fine.
He's got so much magic resistance that having a heal is actually ridiculously good. It's going to be like 500 EHP or something.
Abed. He's being peeked around at. Instead, Arteezy's getting around. Ice TPing in. He has the Quelling Blade on Arteezy. He will get trapped, but he puts it in front of him instead. Well played. Coil stun from line. That'll be another kill onto Arteezy here. Tries to get a kill of his own, but can't. And the 5-man rotation. Looks like they want to get this tier 2 top.
Timber doing everything he can, pushing out mid lane, but he can't stick around nearly as long as normal because he's been punished too much. So if they lose the heroes like this, they just have to get what they can, and it's just not going to be as good if you lose heroes like that.
And they go into Roshan. Grow bow found for the Dire.
The best Timber item.
Yep, everyone loves it. Is it good on? I guess they have a quad, but yeah, they're just into the Roche pit here. Doesn't look like even if Dire knows, I doubt they're going to take this fight, right? This is kind of just a Roche you have to give up.
Yeah, I think so. They feel too far behind. Like, Timber's still very tanky, and that's great and all, but like, I feel like outside of rotations, we haven't seen much impact from Quap. We haven't seen almost any impact from Grimstroke, even. It's basically just like, I know eventually Arteezy's going to be strong. Pango's always going to be useful, and Timber can be useful too, but like, putting the pieces together just seems a lot harder.
Yeah.
Like, look at Abed's item build. He's going Treads double null into BKB.
Doesn't feel like a good quad build.
He's going to be magic immune, and then SF's going to right-click him 5 times, and he's going to die anyways. Like,
Yeah. And there goes Crit. And this is the EG we see when they fall behind. you farm all 3 lanes, and you either do catch up, or 90% of the time you just kind of get killed all over the map.
I don't know, like, yeah, he's not a traditional carry SF, but Sven is not a hard carry, man. This hero wants to be ahead, or at least even at this point in the game, and
What would you consider if he's not a hard carry?
he's like a semi-carry that past like the 40-minute mark just gets kited.
Okay.
But like if he hits that 5-slotted timing at 35 minutes, he's one of the scariest heroes in the game. But,
He needs to get so many items to be
Yeah,
able to
he
stick on
needs so
targets
much.
now.
I'm pretty sure Timbersaw falls off like a rock. Quap is going to fall off like a rock. I'm pretty sure Sven is not able to solo carry this game.
Damn. Sounds like they're sinking to the bottom of the ocean, BSJ.
Yeah, they are. They 10K net worth advantage for Fnatic.
21 minutes in. Yeah, this seems a lot like last game, except the other way around.
Their supports scale way better on Fnatic as well, this game specifically, because they have so much lockdown for their cores, and all their cores need them to do is lock them down.
Oh,
We'll
and
see.
they are smoked behind him. They didn't commit right away. Fnatic, they have been committing just on Ramsey, but this time they're like, something seems a little more fishy, and they were correct.
Yeah, it's going to rely on EG counter-initiating Fnatic and punishing them if they overextend. I think that's going to be EG's way back in this game. So they pretty much have to bait this Timbersaw over and over again and hope he eventually gets a bait that works. They bite basically. Yeah, the Daedal is coming up after the Hurricane Pike on SF. That's going to hurt.
More than likely, might be when they look to try to just end it, because you do a ton of damage with this hero. Level 20 as well. Coming up soon, there's going to be a stun toss into the 23 Savage. I believe that's the 3rd or 4th time we've now seen that combo.
That was a lot of damage.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they have Veil, so it's being amped a little bit, but
Oh, and they get the coil on this young man. The Grimstroke as well goes for the ink, so he loses his courier. He's going to lose his life. 23 Savage double kill. This is just it really is the opposite of last game, just a straight-up beatdown from Fnatic right now. There's the finger. Abed does make it away. Will he die to the Spirit Vessel? No, he pops BKB to take it off. Does DJ have a blink right click? No, because he gets some HP back on Abed with the bottle. But still, feels rough. You just use your BKB. Honestly, not dying there's rough, because you don't have a BKB. If you could just get blinked on my Tine, you're dead now as the Quap, right?
Yeah.
You're losing a Rax 100% here.
I mean, still have Aegis
Yeah.
and a creep wave as well, so
Well, here we
probably
go.
stay and fight.
We hear a roll. He dodges the Shadow Strike with the Manta, but they run for it. 23 Savage really isn't taking that much damage. Crit only is able to hit those Shadow Fiend one time, and that's it. RTZ now getting right-clicked down by the Shadow Fiend. It looks like EG, I think they want to back out. Well, Crit wanted to, but he falls. Clumsy net used on Ramsey's Yules into the air. They're just going to stun him again. Silence comes out on DJ. That won't matter. Right-click toss, right-click. Wait a minute. No. Ramses goes down. Double kill for Moon. And there's a GG call just like the other game. It's over. It's over. 21 minutes. And, well, the thing is, these aren't like the best even games, but it's an even series, right? We're 1-1 now with both teams kind of just stomping the other team in a game.
I like watching back and forth stomps sometimes, and especially in these games when it's not like EG did no moves. It was 21-9. They had some good kills. They had some decent rotations, but it's like it shows the beauty of the strategic element of the game with the draft and how you played in the game. And now we can pretty confidently say that Shadow Fiend in a tri-lane with a tiny support tossing people into him is actually pretty legitimately sick. EG would try to go on him instead, and he'd be like, "Well, you just have a normal tri-lane. This is garbage. You can't triple raise, you know?"
I thought they were going to lose. I think EG thought the same thing we were. We're like, oh, this is a joke of a tri-lane to fight into. Lion's traditionally a very weak tri-laner. Tiny's not at all a laner.
Yeah.
And then you have SF, and suddenly I did mention that this 1v1s concerned me, but I think the game went so badly for Arteezy in the first
tri-lane,
10 minutes that he was a non-factor in that game at all, and that was the big difference for me.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. You know, we got to get over it. You see Fnatic, they're talking over things. We need to, as casters, talk over things. We got to build up our talking points, boys. We got to know what we're saying. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to watch some highlights of that last game, you know, even if they're 30 seconds long. But we'll be right back. See you for Game 3. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Fnatic versus Evil Geniuses winner bracket finals. Game 2 just happened. We're now at a 1-1 with Fnatic taking a 22-minute victory. A pretty big beatdown. And it wasn't just a simple game. We got to see something new. Tri-lane Shadow Fiend. Also, I was looking at the scoreboard. Jabs 0-0-18 on that Lion.
It's perfect.
That's
wow.
perfect
You
for
don't
a
see that
5
often.
That's
position.
beautiful.
And
I
for
would
some
say.
reason, it felt like he had no impact. But he was part of everything.
He was actually part of. Yeah, he was involved in the most kills. 18 out of 21 kills.
It
That
felt
is
like the
very
Tiny was
impressive.
the one that was actually doing everything.
That's
but yeah,
just
he
crazy.
I mean, he did only do 4,000 hero damage, but
But he got that one
He was
right
there,
click
though.
on everyone in the fight. He's like, one over
We
there,
need to
one
see
over there.
For the
we need to
mana
see
drains?
like number of disable seconds. You know what I mean? How long? How long did he disable them for? Because there were.
they don't show that in game.
Yeah,
right?
I know. I wish they
Yeah.
did, but it did feel like he was always at the right place at the right time on the Lion.
He has done a lot of damage.
Yeah, he was just, as you said, it felt like the 2 stunners they needed, both supports were just always right place, right time. The Tiny with the toss backs, multiple SF ultis into out of the puck coil. And we heard Insania right before the game. More stuns equal more wins. And, well, they had a lot more stuns that game, and it turned out to be true.
They
Did
just they handled Timbersaw so well. Can I just say that? Like,
Yeah, they did.
They handled that hero perfectly.
They did exactly how Purge said, too, right? Just ignore him. Ignore him for the
One
first time.
hero at a time, stall him out. They punished him every single time he was alone. Like, their instant reaction to any time EG showed anywhere else on the map was just kill the Timbersaw. And they were so fast. You know, like Ice would get got on bottom. Within 5 seconds, 4 heroes are mid killing Timbersaw.
And that only happens if you're planning ahead. It's not like you're like,
Exactly.
oh shit, they're ganking my Prophet. Time to go gank somewhere else.
Go.
Come over here. And then all of a sudden, by the time that happens, your window's gone. So it's like, if you ever have those moments, you just stop paying attention. It's like you lose tempo of the game, they push and get map control, and then everything's out of your hands. So it's like just a sign of a good team.
It feels like a hero for me in that game, though, that you do want to ban out is like the Nature's Prophet. They first phased it, and it felt like it was all over the map. Obviously, it's always a global presence. It always means there's a tower taker, right? Who
Yeah.
can always show up to fights.
I think another thing that's really cool about him is that I feel like in 1v1 matchups, there aren't too many awful matchups for him. It's like he can kind of do okay no matter what. So maybe by picking him early, it gives you that hero that's you're like, I'm going to be ranged. I can pressure map. I can gank towers.
Pull
but
creeps even
I can
in
pull
lane.
creeps. I can dual lane. He can be so flexible that like he'll be okay in almost all situations. And it's like it's just a safe pick. You're like, well, I won't have to worry about that lane. Now we just have to worry about this other lane.
He's also super flexible in builds with changing things up.
That's
if he
really
wants
true.
to be the one going for the pipe or the Vlads, or like we saw earlier when he was playing it, when he went for the Maelstrom.
Or you disable. Or
Yeah,
he's got
exactly.
options.
So
yeah.
he can always change that up depending on what you kind of need for the team. And ISSI seems to do that pretty much every game. The only thing he's built in both games he's played it is the Vessel, but it's been an amazing Vessel game both times. So you get that, and then you kind of go for whatever you feel like is going to be the best item afterwards.
So now that we have 2 games under our belt with these 2 teams, is there just heroes you want to see gone personally from this game? Any of you?
No, I don't think so. I'm just super excited to watch the game personally. I don't
I'm
think
with
there was
you.
anybody that was super annoying hero wise. I mean, Tiny seemed like a big issue to facilitate the Shadow Fiend. Maybe it wouldn't be the same if it was different heroes, but I'm not sure past that. Don't know.
It should be a good one as we do see Fnatic heading upstairs now, getting ready to get into the game. You know, they've been playing quite a few games in a row. They just played the series before. They just played 2 games now, you know. Twitch chat, give them a little bit of break. Give them a heart, too. Give some heart emojis for Fnatic. They're here right now. You know, a lot of the teams are unable. You know, the Major's gone. They're still here playing. You know, maybe they could have. They could have gone home if they want. No one's going to stop them, right? But they're here playing, having a good time, giving some good Dota. It's just good to see. Man, LAN Dota is the best. It's gonna stink when we don't have a little bit of it for some time.
Yeah, we're gonna have some online Dota for the next couple
Yay.
weeks,
A lot of
months.
grand streams, I hope.
Yeah, we'll see. It's just online Dota. I find it completely okay, right? But you know, giving the players excuses. I don't like doing that because you damn well know. Well, I had 45 ping. He had 27. Like, duh, he won. I'm like, I swear to God, BSJ, I'm gonna. No, I'm just kidding. I meant the players. No, I'm just kidding. BSJ, but I mean, you do talk about the ping a lot. Ping is a big thing in online gaming, right?
Dude, you don't realize how important it is until you play on 10 ping. Like, if you're talking about how good or bad
Yeah,
80
I mean-
ping is, just go play on 5-10 ping, and you'll come back to me later. Because, like,
Purge seems like.
Look, I mean, I kind of remember what it was like in Korea too, because when the South Korean servers were like no ping, but we had always played C because we didn't have like Korean accounts, so we couldn't actually make South Korean games. So it's like I would notice the difference and all, but I don't know. I've never been that typical or that picky about ping myself, but I don't play course, so typically.
It's only it does matter way more on core, and it's just a matter of if you have 80 ping and the opponent core has 5 ping. That's when the problem happens. But I just want to say that coming into this next game, I'm really looking forward to seeing, because it feels like rock, paper, scissors between these two teams' draft strategies, and whoever comes out on top in that will end up taking it.
Brian, you're not wrong. We've already seen the rock. We've already seen the papers. It's time to bring the scissors, which is going to be game 3. I'm getting you hyped. We're going to go to a short break, but when we get back, winner's bracket, we'll know the first grand finalist. Will it be Fnatic or will it be Evil Geniuses?